Hippolyta, our nuptial hour draws on apace. 4 happy days bring in another moon. But oh, methinks how slow this old moon wanes. She lingers my desires like to a stepdame or a dowager, long withering out the young man's revenue.
4 days will quickly steep themselves in night, and 4 nights will quickly bring away the time. And then the moon, like to a silver bow, new bent in heaven, shall behold the night of our solemnity.
Go, Philostrate, stir up the Athenian youth to merriment. Awake the pert and nimble spirit of mirth. Turn melancholy forth to funerals. The pale companion is not for a punk. Hippolyta, I wooed thee with my sword, and won thy love, doing thee injuries. But I will wed thee in another key, with pomp, with triumph, and with revelry.
Happy meet Theseus, a renowned Duke.
Thanks, good Aegeus. What's the news with thee?
Full of vexation come I with complaint against my child, my daughter Hermia. Stand forth, Demetrius. My lord, this man hath my consent to marry her. Stand forth, Lysander. And my gracious Duke, this man hath bewitched the bosom of my child. Thou, Lysander, thou hast given her rhymes and interchanged love tokens with my child. Thou hast by midnight at her window sung with feigning voice verses of feigning love, and stolen the impression of her fantasy with bracelets of thy hair, rings, gaunt, conceits, knacks, trifles, nosegays, sweetmeats, messengers of strong prevailment in unhardened youth. With cutting thou hast filched my daughter's heart, turned her obedience, which is due to me, to stubborn harshness. And be it so, she will not here before your grace consent to marry with Demetrius. I beg the ancient law of Athens, as she is mine, I may dispose of her, which shall either be to this gentleman or to her death, immediately provided in that case.
What say you, Hermia? Be advised, fair maid. To you your father should be as a god, one that composed your beauties, yea, and one to whom you are but as a form in wax, by him imprinted and within his power to leave the figure or disfigure it. Demetrius is a worthy gentleman.
So is Lysander.
In himself he is, but in this kind wanting your father's voice, the other must be held the worthier.
I would my father look but with my eyes.
Rather your eyes must with his judgment look.
I entreat your grace. Pardon me, I know not by what power I am made bold, nor how it may concern my modesty in such a presence here to plead my thoughts. But I beseech your grace that I may know the worst that may befall me if I refuse to wed Demetrius.
Either to die the death, or to abjure forever the society of men. Therefore, fair Hermia, question your desires. Know of your youth, examine well your blood. Whether if you yield not to your father's choice, you can endure the livery of a nun. For I, to be in shady cloister mute, to live a barren sister all your life, chanting faint hymns to the cold fruitless moon. First bless they that bastards sow their blood to undergo such maiden pilgrimage. But earthlier happy is the rose distilled, than that which withering from the virgin thorn grows, lives, and dies in single blessedness.
So will I grow, so live, so die, my lord, ere I will my virgin patent of unto his lordship, whose unwished joke my soul consents not to give sovereignty.
Take time to pause, and by the next new moon, the sealing day betwixt my love and thee for everlasting bond of fellowship, upon that day, either prepare to die for disobedience to your father's will, or else to wed Demetrius as he would, or on Diana's altar to protest for high austerity and single life.
Relent, sweet Hermia, and Lysander, yield thy crazy title to my certain rivals. You have her father's love, Demetrius. Let me have Hermia's. Do you marry him?
Scornful Lysander! True, he hath my love, and what is mine, my love shall render him, and she is mine. And all my right of her I do estate unto Demetrius.
I am, my lord, as well derived as he, as well possessed. My fortune in every way is fairly rent, if not with vantage, as Demetrius. And, which is more than all these boasts can be, I am beloved of beauteous Hermia. Why should I not then prosecute my right? Demetrius, I'll avouch it to his head, made love to Nader's daughter, Helena, and won her soul. Sweet lady dotes, devoutly dotes in idolatry upon this spotted and inconstant man.
I must confess that I have heard so much, and with Demetrius thought to have spoke thereof. But being over full of self-affairs, my mind did lose it. But Demetrius, come, and come, Aegeus, you shall go with me. I have some private schooling for you both. For you, fair Hermia, look you armed to fit yourself to your fancy, to your father's will, or else the law of Athens yields you up, which by no means we may extenuate, to death or to a vow of single life. Come, my folly, fair. What? Cheer, my love. Demetrius and Aegeus, go along. I must employ you in some business against our nuptial, and confer with you of something nearly that concerns yourselves.
With duty and desire, we follow you.
How now, my love? Perchance the roses there do fade so fast. Why are your cheeks so pale?
Be like for want of rain, which I could well be teemed them from the tempest of my eyes.
Ay me, for aught that I could ever read, could ever hear by tale or history, the course of true love never did run smooth. But either it was different in blood,
Oh, cross! Too high to be enthralled too low.
or else it was misgrafted in respect of years,
Oh, spite! Too old to be engaged too young.
or else it stood upon the choice of friends.
Oh, hell! To choose love by another's eyes?
Or, if there was a sympathy in choice, war, death, or sickness did lay siege to it, making it momentary as a sound, swift as a shadow, short as any dream, brief as the lightning in the coiled night, that unfolds both heaven and earth, and ere a man hath power to say, behold, the jaws of darkness do devour it up. So quick bright things come the confusion.
If then true lovers have been ever crossed, let it stand as an edict of destiny. And let us teach our child patience, for it is a customary cross, as due to love as thoughts and dreams and sighs, wishes and tears, or fancy's followers.
A good persuasion. Therefore hear me, Hermia. I have a widowed aunt, a dowager of great revenue, and she has no child. From Athens is her house remote 7 leagues, and she respects me as her only son. There, gentle Hermia, may I marry thee. And to that place the sharp Athenian law cannot pursue us. If thou lovest me, steal forth thy father's house tomorrow night, and in the woods, a league without the town, where I did meet thee once with Helena to do an observance to a morn of May, there will I stay for thee.
Oh, my good Lysander! I swear to thee by Cupid's strongest bow, by his best arrow with the golden head, by the simplicity of Venus' doves, by that which knitted souls and prosperous loves, and by that fire which burned the Carthage queen when the false Troyan under sail was seen, by all the vows that ever men have broke, in number more than ever women spoke, in that same place thou hast appointed me. Tomorrow, truly will I meet with thee.
Keep promise, love. Look, here comes Helena.
God speak, or Helena, whither away? Call you me fair? That fair again unsay. Demetrius loves your fair. Oh, happy fair. Your eyes are loathsome.
translated. Oh, teach me how you look and with what art you sway the motion of Demetrius's heart.
I frown upon him, yet he loves me still.
Oh, that your frowns would teach my smile such skill.
I give him curses, yet he gives me
Oh,
love.
that my prayers with such affection move.
The more I hate, the more he follows me.
The more I love, the more he hateth me.
His folly, Helena, is no fault of mine.
None but your beauty, or that fault mine.
Take comfort. He no more shall see my face. Lysander and myself will fly this place. Before the time I did Lysander see, seemed Athens as a paradise to me. Oh, but then in what grace my love do dwell. He hath turned a heaven onto a hell.
Helen, to your minds we doth unfold. Tomorrow night when foe we doth behold her silvery visage in the watery glass, decking with liquid pearls the blade of grass, a time that lovers fight still concealed. Through Athens' gates we devise this tale.
And in that wood, where often you and I upon pink primrose beds were wont to lie, emptying our bosoms of their counsel sweet, there my Lysander and myself shall meet. And thence from Athens turn away our eyes to seek new friends and stranger companies. Oh, farewell, sweet playfellow. Pray thou for us. And good luck grant thee thy Demetrius. Keep word, Lysander. We must starve our sight from lovers' food till morrow, deep midnight.
I will, my Hermia. Helena, adieu. As you on him, Demetrius dotes on you.
How happy some or others can be. Throughout Athens I am thought as fair as she. What of that? Demetrius thinks not so. Then he will not know all that he do know. And as he errs, doting on Hermia's eyes, so I, admiring of his qualities. Things so base and vile, beholding no quantity, love can transform through form and dignity. Love looks not with the eyes, but with the mind. Therefore is winged Cupid painted blind. Nor hath love's mind any judgment taste. Wings and no eyes figure unheedy haste. Therefore is love said to be a child, for in choice he is so oft beguiled as waggish boys and games themselves forswear. So the boy love is perjured everywhere. For ere Demetrius looked on Hermia's eyes, he hailed down oaths that he was only mine. And when this hail some heat from Hermia felt, he so dissolved. The showers of oaths did melt. I will go tell him of fair Hermia's flight, and then in the wood he will tomorrow night pursue her. And for this intelligence, I have thanks, it is a dear expense. But therein mean I to enrich my pain, to have his sight thither and back again.
Friends, this way to the Quince's house.
Is all our company met?
Your best to call them generally, man by man, according to the script.
Here is the scroll of every man's name thought fit through all of Athens to play in our interlude before the Duke and Duchess on his wedding day at night.
First, good Peter Quince, say what the play treats on, then read the names of the actors, and so grow to a point.
Mary, our play is the most lamentable comedy and most cruel death of Pyramus and Thisbe.
A very good piece of work, I assure you, and Mary. Now, good Peter Quince, call forth your actors according to the scroll. Masters, spread yourselves.
Answer as I call you. Nick Bottom the Weaver.
Ready? Name what part I am for and proceed.
You, Nick Bottom, shall play Pyramus.
What is Pyramus? A lover or a tyrant?
A lover that kills himself most gallant for love.
That will ask some tears in the true performing of it. If I do it,
Let the audience look to their eyes. I will move storms. I will condole in some measure to the rest.
Francis,
Yet my chief humor is for a tyrant. I can play Hercules rarely, or a part to tear a cat in to make all snakes. The raging rocks and shivering shocks shall break the locks of prison gates, and Phoebe's car shall shine from far, and make and mar the foolish fates. Oh, this was lofty. Now name the rest of the players.
Francis,
This is Hercules' vein, a tyrant's vein. My lover is more condolent.
Francis Flute, the bellows bender.
Here, Pentequins.
You, Flute, are set down to play Thisbe.
Well, what is this be? A wandering knight?
Oh, Thisbe is the lady that Pyramus must love.
Nay, Faith, let me now play a woman. I have a beard coming.
Oh, that is all one. You shall play it in mask, and you may speak as small as you will.
And I may hide my face. Let me play Thisbe too. I'll speak in a monstrous little voice. Disney, Disney, oh Pyramus, my dear, thy lady dear.
No, you must play Pyramus, and Flute, you Thisbe.
Well, proceed.
Tink. Robin Starbling the tailor.
Here, Peter Quinn.
You Pyramus's mother. Tom Snout the tinker.
Here, Peter Quinn.
You Pyramus's father. Myself, Thisbe's father. And Snug the joiner, you the lion's part. Now I hope we have a play well fitted. Have you the lion's part written? Pray you, if it be, give it me. For I am slow of study. You may do it extempore. It is nothing but roaring.
Let me play the lion too. I will roar. That I will do any man's heart good to hear me. I will roar. That I shall make the Duke say, oh, let him roar again. Let him roar again.
And you would do it too terribly. You would fright the Duchess and the ladies, and they would shriek, and that were enough to pain us all.
Every mother's son.
I grant you, friends, if you should fright the ladies out of their wits, they would have no more discretion but to hang us. But I will aggravate my voice, so I will roar you as gently as a sucking dove. I will roar you as for a nightingale.
No! You can play no part but Pyramus! For Pyramus is a sweet-faced man. A proper man, as one shall see on a summer's day. A very gentleman-like man. Therefore, you must needs play Pyramus.
Well, I will undertake it. What beard were I best to play it in?
What? You will.
I could discharge it in either your straw color beard, your orange tawny beard, your purple and grain beard, or your French crown color beard, your perfect yellow.
Well, some of your French crowns have no hair at all, and then you be playing in bareface. But Matt, I am to desire of you, entreat of you, request of you, to con your parts by tomorrow night. We will meet a mile outside of the town in the palace wood, or if we meet in the city, we shall be dogged with company and our devices known. In the meantime, I will draw a bill of property such as our play warrants, and I pray you, fail me not.
We will meet, and there we may rehearse most obscenely and courageously. take pains. Be perfect. Adieu.
At the Duke's oak we meet.
Enough. Hold her, cut bowstrings.
Over hill, over dale, through a bush, through a briar, over park, over pale, through a flood, through a fire. I do wander everywhere, faster than the moon's sphere. And I the fairy queen to do her orbs upon the green. The cowslip's tall, her pensioners be. In those gold spots you see, those be rubies. Fairy favors. In those freckles lie their safe.
Whither wander you?
Well, I come seek some dewdrops here and hang a pearl in every cowslip's ear. Farewell, thou lob of spirits, I'll be gone. Queen and all her elves comes here anon.
He don't think his rebels here tonight. Take ye the queen come not within his sight. For Oberon is passing fell and rough, because that she, as her attendant hath, a lovely boy stolen from an Indian king. She never had so sweet a changeling. And jealous Oberon would have the knight, child knight astray, to trace the forest wild. But she perforce withholds the loved boy, crowns him with flowers and makes him all her joy. And now they never meet in grove or green, by fountain clear or spangled starlight sheen. But they do swear that all their elves for fear, pick the acorn cups and hide them there.
Either I mistake your shape and making coy, or you are that shrewd and knavish sprite called Robin Goodfellow. Are you not he that frights the maidens of the village? Skim milk and sometimes labor in the court? Oh, and hopeless, you make the breathless housewife churn. Sometimes you make the drink to bear no barns. Oh, and you mislead night wanderers laughing at their harm. Those that hobgoblin call you and sweet pop, you shall do their work and they shall have good luck. Are you not he?
Thou speakest right. I am that merry wanderer of the night. I jest to Oberon and make him smile, when I a fat and bean-fed horse beguile.
Yes.
Neighing in likeness of a filly foal? And sometimes lurk I in a gospel bowl, in very likeness of a roasted frog. And when she drinks, against her lips I bob, and on her wither do thou pour the ale. The wisest aunt, telling the saddest tale, sometime for 3-foot stool mistaketh me. Then slip I from her bob, and down topples she, and Taylor cries and falls into a cough. And then the whole choir hold their hips and laugh. And waxing in their mirth and knees and swear, a merrier hour was never wasted there. But room fairy him Oberon.
Oh, and here my mistress, would that he were gone.
Ill met by moonlight, proud Titania.
What? Jealous, Oberon? Very skip hence and forswore his bed and company.
Tarry, rash wanton! Am I not thy lord?
Then I must be thy lady. But I know when thou hast stolen away from fairyland, and in the shape of coin sat all day playing on pipes of corn and versing love to amorous Philida. Why art thou here? Come from the farthest steppe of India, but that forsooth, the bouncing Amazon, your buskins mistress, mistress, and your warrior loved Theseus must be wedded, and you come to give their bed joy and prosperity.
How canst thou thus, for shame, Titania, glance at my credit with Hippolyta, knowing I know thy love to Theseus? Didst thou not lead him through the glimmering night from Perigenia, whom he ravished, and make him with fair Ably break his bond with Ariadne and Antiopa?
These are forgeries of jealousy. And never since the midsummer spring met we on hill or dale, forest or mead, by paven fountain or by rushy brook, to dance our ringlets to the whistling wind. But with thy brawls thou hast disturbed our sport. Therefore the winds, piping to us in vain, as in revenge, have sucked up from the seas contagious fogs, which falling in the land have made every pelting river so proud that they have overborne their continents. The ox has therefore stretched his yoke in vain. The plowman lost his sweat, and the green corn has rotted ere his youth attain a beard. The fold stands empty in the rounded field, and the crows are fatted on the mirrored flock. The 9 men walls is filled up with mud, and the quaint mazes on the wanton green, for lack of tread, are undistinguishable. The human mortals want their winter here. No night is now with him or cow of rest. Therefore the moon, the governess of floods, pale in her anger, washes all the air that rheumatic diseases do abound. And though in this distemperature we see the seasons alter, hoary-headed frost fall, and the fresh lap of the crimson rose, and on old hives thin and hasten grown, an odorous chaplet of sweet summer buzz is as in mockery set. The spring, the summer, childing autumn, angry winter, change their wonted liveries, and the mazed world by their increase knows not which is which. And this same progeny of evils comes from our debate, from our dissension. We are their parents and original.
Do you amend it then? It lies in you. Why should Titania cross her Oberon? I do but beg a little changeling boy to be my henchman.
Set your heart at rest. The fairyland buys not the child of me. His mother was a votress of my order, and in the spiced Indian air by night, full often has she gossiped by my side, and sat with me on Neptune's yellow sand, marking the embarked trailers on the flood. When we laughed to see the sails conceive and grow big-bellied with the wanton wind, when she, with pretty and the swimming gait following, her womb then rich with my young squire, would imitate and sail upon the land to fetch me trifles and return again, as from a voyage rich with merchandise. But she being mortal of that boy did die. And for her sake do I rear up her boy, and for her sake I will not part with him.
How long in this wood intend you to stay?
Perchance till after Theseus' wedding day. If you will patiently dance in our rounds and see our moonlit lovers, go with us. If not, shun me and I will spare your hearts.
Give me that boy, and I will go with thee.
Not for thy fairy kingdom. Fairies away! We will chide down right if I longer stay.
Well, go thy way! Thou shalt not from this grove, till I torment thee for this injury. My gentle Puck, come hither. Thou rememberest since once I sat upon a promontory and heard a mermaid on a dolphin's back, uttering such dulcet and harmonious breath that the rude sea grew civil at her song, and certain stars shot madly from their spheres to hear the sea maid's music.
I remember.
That very time I saw, but thou couldst not, between the cold moon and the earth, Cupid all armed. A certain aim he took at a fair vestal throned by the west, and smartly loosed his shaft from his bow as it should pierce 100,000 hearts. But I should see young Cupid's fiery shaft quenched in the chaste beams of the watery moon, and the imperial votress passed on in maiden meditation fancy-free. But noted I where the bolt of Cupid fell, upon a little western flower, before milk white, now purple with love's wound, and maidens call it love in idleness. Fetch me that flower, the herb I showed thee once, the juice of it on sleeping eyelids laid, will make or man or woman madly dote upon the next live creature that it sees. Fetch me this herb, and be thou here again ere the Leviathan can swim a league.
I'll put a gun around about the earth in 40 minutes.
Having once this juice, I'll watch Titania while she is asleep, and drop the liquor of it in her eyes. The next thing then she waking looks upon, be it lion or bear or wolf or bull, or meddling monkey or unbusy ape, she shall pursue it with the soul of love. And ere I take this charm from off her sight, as I can take it with another herb, I'll make her render up her page to me. But who comes here? I am invisible, and will overhear their conference.
I love thee not, therefore pursue me not. Where is Lysander and fair Hermia? The one I'll slay, the other slayeth me. Thou toldst me they were stolen to this wood, and here am I, and wood within this wood, because I cannot meet my Hermia. Hence, get thee gone, and follow me no more.
You draw me, you hard-hearted adamant, and yet you draw not iron for my heart. It's true steel. Leave your power to draw, and I shall have no power to follow you.
Do I entice you?
Yes.
Do I speak you fair? Or rather, do I not in plainest truth tell you I do not, nor I cannot, love you?
And even for that do I love you the more. Demetrius, I am your spaniel, and the more you beat me, I will fawn on you. Use me but as your spaniel. Spurn me, strike me, neglect me, lose me. Only give me leave, unworthy as I am, to follow you. What more, Sir Grace, can I beg in your respect? And yet to place of higher respect for me than to be used as you use your dog.
Tempt not too much the hatred of my spirit, for I am sick when I do look on thee.
And I am sick when I look not on you.
You do impeach your modesty too much. To leave the city and commit yourself into the hands of one that loves you not. To trust the opportunity of night and the ill counsel of a desert place with the rich worth of your virginity.
Virtue is my privilege. For that, it is not night when I do see your face, nor does this word lack worlds of company for my respect. You are all the world. And how can it be said I'm alone when all the world is here to look on me?
I'll run from thee, and hide me in the brakes, and leave thee to the mercy of wild beasts.
The wildest have not as a heart as you. Run where you will, the story will be changed. Apollo flies and Daphne holds the chase. The dove pursues griffin, the wild knight makes me to catch the tiger. Who can see me power in pursuit of the foul fly?
I will not stay thy questions, let me go. Or, if thou do not believe, but I shall do thee mischief in the woods.
That? In the temple, in the town, in the field, you do me mischief. Fie, Demetrius! Your wrongs, your scandal on my sex. We cannot fight for love as men may do. We should be wooed, and we're not made to woo. Oh, I'll follow thee, make a heaven of thy hell, to die upon the hand I love so well. Demetrius!
Fare thee well, nymph. Ere thou do leave this grove, thou shalt fly him, and he shall seek thy love. Hast thou the flower there? Welcome, wanderer.
There it is.
I pray thee, give it me. I know a bank where the wild thyme blows, where the oxlips and the nodding violets grow, quite o'er-canopied with luscious woodbine, with sweet musk roses, and with eglantine. There sleeps Titania some time of the night, lulled in these flowers with dances and delight. And there the snake leaves her enameled skin, weed wide enough to wrap a fairy in. With the juice of this, I'll streak her eyes and make her full of painful fantasies. Take thou some of it, and seek through this grove. A sweet Athenian lady is in love with a disdainful youth. Anoint his eyes, but do it that the next thing he espies may be the lady. Thou shalt know the man by the Athenian garments he hath on. Affect it with some care, that he may prove more fond on her than she upon her lover. And look thou meet me here ere the first cock crow.
Fear not, my lord, your servant shall do so.
A minute hence, some to kill painters in a mushroom farm. Some to war with rare mice for their leathern wings to make my small elf's coats. And some to keep back the clamorous hall that nightly hoots and wonders at our quaint spirits. Sing me now, sweet. Then to your offices and let me rest.
Pell-mell with melody, singing our sweet lullaby. La 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 lullaby. La 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 lullaby. Never harm nor smell of my lovely lady night. So good night, lullaby. Pell-mell with melody, singing our sweet lullaby. La 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 lullaby. La 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 lullaby. Never harm nor smell nor charm. Oh, my lovely lady night. So good night with lullaby.
Hence! Away! Now, all is well. One aloof. Stand sentinel. What thou seest when thou dost wake, do it for thy true love take. Love and languish for his sake, be it ounce or cat or bear, pod or boar with bristled hair. In thine eye what shall appear? When thou wakest, it is thy dear. Awake when something vile is near. Fair love, you faith was wander in the wood, and to speak true, I forgot her way. Well, rest us, Hermia, if you think it good, and tarry for the comfort of the day.
Be it so, Lysander. Find you out of bed, for I upon this bank will rest my head.
One turf shall serve as pillow for us both. One heart, one bed, two bosoms, and one oath.
Nay, good Lysander, for my sake, my dear, lie further off yet, do not lie so near.
Oh, take the sense, sweet, of my innocence. Love takes to me in love's conference. I mean that my heart unto yours is knit, so that the one part we can make of it. Two bosoms in a single oath, so then two bosoms in a single troth. Then by your side, no bedroom you deny, for lying so, Hermia, I do not lie.
Lysander riddles very prettily. Now much me shrew my manners and my pride, if Hermia meant to say Lysander lied. But, sweet friend, for love and courtesy, lie further off. In human modesty, such separation may well be said becomes a virtuous bachelor and a maid. So far be distant, and good night, sweet friend. Thy love yet alter to thy sweet lie bed.
Amen, amen, to that fair prayer say I, and then end life when I end loyalty. Here's my bed. Sleep, give thee all his rest.
And with half that wish, the wisher's eyes be pressed.
Through the forest have I gone, but Athenian found I none. on whose eyes I might approve this flower's force and stirring love. Night and silence. Who is here? Weeds of Athens he doth wear. This is he, my master said, despise the Athenian maid. And hear the maiden sleeping sound on the dank and dirty ground. Pretty soul, she durst not lie near this lack love, this kill courtesy. Churl, on thy eyes I throw all the power that this charm doth owe. When thou wakest, let love forbid, sleep his seat on thy eyelid. And now awake when I am gone, for I must now to Oberon.
Stay! Wilt thou kill me, sweet Demetrius?
Charge thee hence, and do not haunt me thus.
Wilt thou, darkling, leave me? Do not so.
Stay, on thy peril. I alone will go. Huh?
I'm out of breath in this fond chase. The more my prayer, the lesser is my grace. Happy is Hermia wherever so she lies, for she hath blessed and attractive eyes. How came her eye so bright? Not with salt tears, if so mine are oftener washed than hers. No, I am as ugly as a bear. For beasts that meet me run away for fear. Therefore no marvel though Demetrius fly my presence thus. Oh, what a wicked and dissembling glass made me compare with Hermia's fiery eye. But it was here. Lysander on the ground. Dead or asleep. I see no blood, no wound. Lysander, if you live, good sir, awake.
And run through fire I would for thy sweet sake. Transparent Helena, nature shows art, and through thy bosom makes me see thy heart. Oh, where is Demetrius? How fit a word is that vile name to perish on my sword?
Say not so, Lysander, say not so. But though he love your Hermia, Lord, what though, but Hermia still loves you, then be content.
Content with Hermia? No, I do repent the tedious minutes with her I have spent. Not Hermia, but Helena I love. Who would not change a raven for a dove? The will of man is by his reason swayed, and reason says you are the worthier maid. Things growing are not ripe until their season, and I, being young till now, ripe not to reason. And now, touching the point of human skill, reason becomes the marshal to my will, and leads me to your eyes, where I overlook love's richest stories and love's richest book.
Wherefore to this keen mockery was I born? When at your hand did I deserve such scorn? Is not enough, young man, that I never, nor never can deserve a sweet look from Demetrius' eyes, but you must flout my insufficiency. Good troth you do me wrong, good sooth you do, in such a disdainful manner made me to woo. But fare you well, perforce I must confess, I thought you lord of more true gentleness. Oh, that a lady of one man be refused, and therefore of another be abused.
She sees not Hermia. Hermia, sleep thou there, and never mayst thou come Lysander near. For as the surfeit of the sweetest things, the deepest loathing to the stomach brings. Or as the heresies that men do leave are hated most of those they did deceive. So my surfeit and my heresy of all be hated, but the most by me. And with all my power, address your love and might to honor Helena and to be her knight.
Help me! Lysander, help me! Do thy best to pluck the cruel serpent from my breast! Oh, me! For pity, what a dream was here! Lysander, look how I do quake with fear! Methought a serpent eat my heart away, while you sat smiling at his cruel prey! Lysander? What? Removed? Lysander? Lord? What? Out of hearing? Gone? No sound, no word? No? Well, then I'll perceive thou art not nigh. Neither you or death. Die immediately.
Are we all met?
Oh, Pat, here is a marvelous convenient spot for our rehearsal. This gravel plot shall be our stage, and this hawthorn brake our tiring house. Now, we'll do it in action, as we will do it before the Duke.
Peter Quince.
What sayest thou, Bully Bottom?
There are things in this comedy of Pyramus and Thisbe that will never please. First, Pyramus must draw a sword to kill himself, which the ladies cannot abide. How answer you that?
Far election to the part of Peter. I believe we must leave the killing out when all is done.
Masters, I have a device to make all well. Write me a prologue, and let the prologue seem to say we will do no harm with our swords, and that Pyramus is not killed indeed. And for the more better assurance, tell them that I, Pyramus, am not Pyramus, but Bottom the Weaver. This will put them out of fear.
Well, we will have a prologue, and it will be written in 6 and 8.
No, make it 2 more. Let it be written in 8 and 8.
But will not the ladies be afeard of the lion?
I fear it, I promise you.
Yeah.
You ought to consider with yourself to bring in, God shield us, a lion among ladies is a most dreadful thing, for there is not a more fearful wildfowl than your lion living, and we ought to look to it.
Therefore, another prologue saying that he is not a lion.
Nay, you must name his name, and have his face must be seen through the lion's neck, and he himself must speak through, saying thus or to the same defect. Ladies, or fair ladies, I would wish you, or I would request you, or I would entreat you, not to fear, not to tremble, my life for yours. If you think I come hither as a lion, were pity of my life, no, I am no such thing. I am a man as other men are, and there indeed, let him name his name and tell them plainly he is Snug the Joiner.
We will have such a prologue. But there is 2 hard things. That is to bring moonlight into the chamber for Pyramus and Thisbe meet by moonlight.
Doth the moon shine the night we play our play?
A calendar! A calendar! Look in the almanac! Find out moonshine! Find out moonshine!
It don't shine that night!
Hey! Why then may you leave a casement of the great chamber window where we play open, and the moon may shine in at the casement.
Aye. Or else one could come with a bush of thorns and a lanthorn to say he presented the person of moonshine.
Yeah.
But then there is another thing. We must have a wall in the great chamber, for Pyramus and Thisbe did speak through a chink in the wall.
But you could never bring in a wall.
You could never bring in a wall.
What say you, Bottom?
Some man or other must present wall, and let him have some plaster, or some loam, or some rough cast about him to signify wall. And let him hold his fingers thus. 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 And through the cranny shall Pyramus and Thisbe whisper.
Oh, well, if that may be, then all is well. Come, sit down, every mother's son, and we shall rehearse. Pyramus, you begin, and when you have spoken your speech, enter into that break, and
ward. I'll be an auditor. An actor too, perhaps, if I see cause.
Pyramid speak, Thisbe stand for.
This be the flowers of odious savor sweet.
Oh, it's yours. Oh, yours.
Odor savor sweet. So at thy breath, my Thisbe dear. But hark, a voice. Stay thou but here a while, and by I will to thee appear.
A stranger pyramid than ever played here.
Must I speak now?
Oh, Mary must you, for you must understand he goes but to see a voice he heard, and is to come again.
Most radiant pyramids, most lily white of hue, of color like the red rose on triumphant briar, a most risky juvenile and equals lovely Jew, as truest horse that yet would never tire, meet the pyramids at Ninny's tomb.
Oh, Ninna's tomb. Ninna's white. You must not speak that yet. That you answer to pyramids. You speak all your part at once, your cues and all it. Pyramids! Your cue is past. It is never tire.
As truest horse that yet would never tire.
If I were there, this be I were only thine.
I'll follow you. I'll lead you about around. Through bog, through bush, through brake, through briar. Sometime a horse I'll be. Sometime a hound. A hawk. A headless buyer. A fire. And neigh. And bark. And grunt. And roar. And burn. Like horse, hound, hog, bear, fire. At every turn.
Why do they run away? This is a knavery of them to make me afeard.
Oh, on. Thou art changed. What is it that I see on thee?
What do you see? You see an ass head of your own, do you?
Bless thee, Bottom. Thou art translated.
I see their knavery. This is to make an ass of me. To fright me if they could. But I will not stir from this place, do what they can. I shall walk up and down, and I shall sing, so they shall hear I am not afraid. The ousel got so black of hue with orange shiny bill, that rustle with his not so true, the wren with lips so queer.
What angel wakes me from my flowery bed?
The finch, the sparrow, and the lark are playing song cuckoo grey, whose many noteful man doth mock, and dare not answer nay. For indeed, who would set his wit to so foolish a bird? Who would tell the bird a lie, though he cry cuckoo? Never so.
I pray thee, gentle mortal, sing again. My ear is much enamored of thy note, so is mine eye enthralled to thy shape. And thy fair virtue's force, her forth doth move me on first view to say, to swear, I love thee.
Oh, methinks, mistress, you should have little reason for that. And yet you say the truth. Reason and love keep little company together nowadays. The more the pity some honest neighbor doesn't make them friends. Nay, I can gleek upon occasion.
Thou art as wise as thou art beautiful.
Not so neither. If I had enough wit to get out of this wood, I have enough to serve mine own turn.
Out of this wood do not desire to go. Thou shalt remain here whether thou wilt or no. I am a spirit of no common rate. The summer still doth tend upon my state, and I do love thee. Therefore go with me, and I shall give thee fairies to attend on thee, and they shall fetch thee jewels from the deep, and sing while thou on pressed flowers dost sleep. And I shall purge thy mortal grossness, so that thou shalt like an airy spirit go. Peace blossom, cobweb, loaf, and mustard seed.
Ready? And I.
And I.
And I.
Where shall we go?
Be kind and courteous to this gentleman. Hop in his walks and gambol in his eyes. Feed him with apricots and dewberries, purple grapes, green figs, and mulberries. Steal the honey bags from the humble bees, and for night tapers, crop their waxen thighs and light them at the fiery glower's eyes, to have my love to bed and to arise, and pluck the wings from painted butterflies, to fan the moonbeams from his sleeping eyes. Oh, nod to him, elves, and do him courtesies.
Hail, mortal. Hail.
Hail.
Hail!
I cry your worship's mercy heartily. I beseech your worship's name.
Cobweb.
I shall desire you of more acquaintance, good master Cobweb. If I cut my finger, I shall make bold with you. And your name, honest fairy lady?
Peace blossom.
Commend me to your mother, Mistress Squash, and to your father, Master Peace Blossom. I shall desire you of more acquaintance too. And your name, honest fairy?
Mustard seed.
Good Master Mustard Seed. I know you feel well. That same giant-like ox beef hath devoured many a gentleman of your house. I promise you, your kindred hath made my eyes water ere now. I shall desire you of more acquaintance too, good Master Mustard Seed.
Come, wait upon him. Lead him to my bower. The moon, methinks, looks with a watery eye, and when she weeps, weeps every living flower of minting summer force chastity. Tie up my love's tongue. Bring him silently.
I wonder if Titania bewaked, and what it was that next came into her eye which she must dote on in extremity. Here comes my messenger. How now, mad spirit? What night rule now about this haunted grove?
My mistress with the monster is in love. Near to her close and consecrated bower, while she was in her dull and sleeping hour, a crew of pages, rude mechanicals that worked for bread upon Athenian stalls, were met together to rehearse a play intended for great Theseus' nuptial day. The shallowest thick skin of that barren sort, who Pyramus presented in their sport, forsook his scene and entered in a break, when I did him at his advantage take. An ass's knoll I fixed on his head. Anon his Thisbe must be answered, and forth my mimic comes, when they him spy, as wild geese that the creeping fowler eye, or russet painted chops, many in sort, rising and cawing at the gun's report, sever themselves and madly sweep the sky. So at his sight, away his fellows fly, and at our stamp here, or and all unfolds. He murder cries and help from Athens calls. The senseless weak, lost with their fears thus strong, made senseless things began to do them wrong. For briars and thorns at their apparel snatch, some sleeves, some hats, from yielders all things catch. I led them on in this distracted fear, and left sweet Pyramus translated there. When at that moment so it came to pass, Titania waked and straightway loved an ass.
This falls out better than I could devise.
But hast thou yet latched the Athenian's eyes with the love juice as I did bid thee do?
I took him sleeping, that is finished too, and the Athenian woman by his side, that when she wake a fool she must be eyed.
Stand close. This is the same Athenian.
This is the woman, but not this the man.
Why rebuke you him that loves you so? Why breath so bitter on your bitter foe?
Now I but tried, but I should use thee worse, for thou, I fear, hast given me cause to curse. If thou hast slain Lysander in his sleep, being horseshoes and blood, plunge in the deep and kill me too. The sun was not so true unto the day as he to me. Would he have stolen away from sleeping Hermia?